Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Friday, June 6th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 23 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 73 degrees with a high of 82 and a low of 67. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing. I show you how I'm doing it. And I show you or talk about the why I did what I did. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact, which I know a majority of you do. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, which I highly suggest that you join because that's where you receive information from me and your buddy colorings. All right. Now, a quick note, when you replay this broadcast, watch it at twice the speed. Go into settings, accelerate the speed. It'll go faster, of course. And it just moves it along a little more for you. All right. So let's see who's popped in tonight. Janie, hello. Tam Tam. Julie. Hi, Julie. Karen, good to see ya. Hello, Maggie. Oh, Elizabeth, welcome back. Hello, Jonah. All right. Glad to see everybody. Hit that like button. Then I don't have to keep pestering you about it. Guys, the reason I ask you is to hit that like button is because it increases our feed in YouTube, and we have people popping in all the time who found us because of that feed. It takes 2 seconds. Please don't make me pester you through the entire broadcast. That's my least favorite part of this entire broadcast. Okay. Oh, gotta be Friday. Jonah's gonna be spending time with her sister. All right, so how's your day been going? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say win because I finally got my Elegant Crystal Figurines Jubilee book. Oh man, it was really held up. Tam Tam, what's going on that you won't be here for a while? Is everything okay? Yeah, going to focus on moving, hopefully, if your house sells. Excellent. Has anybody heard from Sarah? It's been a while since she's been in. Of course, I know she's going through a lot right now. Mamie says went to a fish fry with friends. Oh, that sounds good. Hi, Grace. All right, so tonight I'm going to do my flip through of my book. We've got a lot going on tonight, actually. Hopefully I'll be able to finish our red-haired beauty in the water. This is turning out drop dead gorgeous. Then, for our new buddy color, this is our apple. I made an announcement in the group. You should have found it. And printed it out. And time permitting, we'll be working on Romantic Country by Erie. We're working our way through this. Beautiful little scene of the houses close together, our staircase, our geese. Beautiful picture. Okay. So there, that, and this. Okay, let me break the binding on the book, the spine. Now, I really think you're going to like these images. I call them DGGs, drop dead gorgeous. And tonight we're going to be working on the apple figurine here. Let me show you the back real quick. Oh, Grace, these books hold together well? Oh, super. Glad to hear that. Julie, I'm glad to hear that. I think you'd love this book. Check out this beautiful, gorgeous woman with a crystal outfit. Now, I want to show you something on this pine cone. When you do these images, notice, for example, on this pine cone, that just the tips basically are in color with the brown. Butter, hi! Haven't seen you in ages. These images, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful book. Here's a Christmas tree with a Christmas background. Come on, guys, hit that like button for me. There's 17 of you in here, and we only have 7 likes. Let's get that feed going. Now, you guys are the first to know about this. My PDFs are going to be on sale probably through Sunday. If you buy a PDF from me, you get a second one for free. So if you've been thinking about getting any of my books, now's the time to do it. So Julie, you'll get to pick a second book. I haven't announced it on Facebook yet, but I'm going to tell Julie because I'd hate to have her get the one book and find out she could have had a second one. Oh, I'm just such a nice person. It's PDF only, so contact me on Messenger. All right. Elizabeth, you just need to contact me on Messenger and let me know which book you want. Okay, guys, this is book number 146 that I've done. One of these days I need to do a compilation. Let's see, 150 books, 50 images per book. I could do 3 greatest hits. Okay. So let's get going through this so we can get to our coloring. Maybe I should just do one book with 150 images in it. Ooh. All right, anyway. Focus, ILene, focus, focus. Guys, hit that like arrow. Come on, 14 of you, only 8. Butter, which book are you talking about? This one? Maybe put the link in earlier. She'll put it in again for you. All right, this is one of, PDFs. Contact me on Messenger. Here, let me show you my image on Messenger so you guys can find me. As soon as I quit moving this around. There's what you're looking for. If you do that search on colorist ILene Vick, I think that's the only one that pops up. So just look for that. Okay. When you contact me with what books you want, I will send you payment information. All right, let's get rolling on this. Let me know which one is your favorite. Here's the one that I'm planning on working on tonight. I love this horse. Here's a beautiful seashell with a beach in the background. Jonah, see you tomorrow. I'm so glad you stopped by. Check out our little Pinocchio. Now, this pear would be absolutely drop dead gorgeous. You have part of the actual pear and the rest of it in crystal. That's similar to our apple that we're doing tonight. And look at this princess. You do the princess in flesh tones, and then the rest of it is your crystal, including the hair. I'd love to see somebody do this. Check out this ballerina. Now, I could see, you know, you do your flesh tone on your ballerina. So the head, the hair, you got a little bit of a hair tie on this one here on the back. Now I could see putting rhinestones on the top part of this and then doing the bottom part as crystal. And actually, I could see you putting rhinestone on that little hairband. All right, Maggie, hold on to your hat. Here's a cute little clown, crystal, crystal. Bottom part's crystal. Yeah, I know you would print that already. Look at this owl. Realistic face, crystal the rest of it. Here's a little princess. Now remember guys, when you do these crystal pieces, you don't necessarily have to do anything with the background. And look at this bird. Janie, PDFs are the entire book. Look at this beautiful peacock. Now, you can get individual pictures from me, guys. 2 for $2 or 1 for $1.49. So this one here, realistically, from the frill up, and then our crystal at the bottom. Yeah, you buy one book, you get one book free. Isn't this bell beautiful? Now, here's another apple that's basically 100% crystal. Puppy! Julie, I could see you going wild with this book. Here's another Moggy picture. She absolutely loves mice. Her middle nickname is Moggy Rat Russell. So her nickname is Rat. Now, here's the pine cone I was telling you about. Beautiful, beautiful ballerina. Top knot is crystal. Her hair is crystal. The jewelry is crystal. And the rest of it's basically a porcelain figurine. And who doesn't love peacocks? You'd have to really think about it if you do this one, because you're doing your little puffy things here. And then you're coloring going from darker at the bottom to lighter as you go up. Here's our crystal snowflake. Here's our snail shell. Drop dead gorgeous wolf. Check it out. This wolf is stunning. What I would do is I would look at images of wolves on Google and then work your image off of that. Here's our bell. I'll tell you guys, I think this book for you is a must-have. Here's another putty tat. So Elizabeth, so far your favorite's the fan? Yes, the ballerinas, the shells, and the wolf. Yep, yep, yep. And check out this angel. Oh my gosh. This is one of the freebies I gave you guys. And this simple star, oh, you could do a lot with it. What I would do is I would put colors of the American flag on this. So basically you'd be doing a red, white, and blue star. Perfume bottle. Swan. Maggie's got a third mouse. Janie, you would do the perfume bottle in purples. Ah. Check out this fox. Now, the neat thing about this fox, you really got to pay attention to what you're looking at before you color it. The entire tail is crystal, but only a part of the back here is crystal. And then crystal at the outside of the ears here, and a little bit on the top. And part of the leg. So this whole center area is going to be fur. This would be really, really beautiful to do because of the mix of materials. Guys, tell me I don't give you pretty pictures in my books. And then, of course, you know that I always give you a bonus page. Guys, I spend a lot of time crafting my individual pages when I do a book. Okay, so there's the back. Excuse me, there's the back. There's some ideas for you. Here's another idea for you on that star. It kind of looks like fireworks from the center. But again, it's in, well, I would say this looks more like fireworks because of the pink. But if this were more red, that would be more your flag. I'll tell you, the back of this is just a treasure trove, and you know that I put these images up in the gallery when I do a book. I provide a coloring guide. Okay, enough of that nonsense. So last night I was working on the bottom here, and we went ahead and we put some reflection of the skin and the tan in the water area. Now I need to come back here with my darkest blue. We had a light, medium, dark blue. And then a darker blue after after that. So guys, do you like that crystal book? Let me ask you this way, on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you like the crystal book? I'm already thinking of, like I said, maybe doing a volume 2. Mamie has gone ahead and put up the link to the coloring guide for that book. All right, I am sharpened and ready to go. Let's get coloring. Now, remember what I told you. If I ever show you a book and you don't like it, just say, not my cup of tea. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my darkest blue. You know, I did my light, medium, and dark, so now this is my dark, dark blue. This reminds me of doing our space picture. Now, don't forget, when you pick up your pencil to move, you need to turn it a little bit. Guys, do yourself a huge favor and pick up that crystal book. You won't be sorry. Hello, kitty. Now, don't forget that we still have our medium in here. But right now, I want to work on these dark areas. Again, this is the darkest blue. And again, you are not doing fill in the blank at all. Alrighty. Now, let me pull out just so that you can see how this is coming together. Now, I've got a couple of gaps here. These are medium blue. All right. Now let's go back to our darker blue. What I call our dark blue. Who's coloring this with me tonight? And if you're not coloring this project, what are you coloring? Grace, you're still in Strange Things Jubilee, Volume 2, A Little Old Lady in a Hospital Bed. Cool. All right. Elizabeth, you're not coloring at the moment, but you have a WIP of a peacock you need to finish. Ooh. Now, I'm going to come back with my tan, which is it's a flesh color. And it's the reflection of her arm in the water. Guys, send me your WIPs or whatever you're working on in Messenger. That way we can show other people. Okay. Here's our dark blue. And then as we get closer to the wave, we have a light blue. Kitty, you're on a diamond painting of flowers. All right. Julie just sent me her WIP. Check it out. Flower Tots Jubilee, guys. Now, this is my light blue here in the waves. Alright, Grace just sent me her image. Strange Things Jubilee Volume 2. Grace, I think you're having too much fun with that Strange Things Jubilee. Okay. You know, guys, when I design my books, I want them to be dramatic and interactive for you. In other words, as you're coloring them, you feel a connection to that picture. Dramatic, interactive, fun. Okay, there's my light. And then I'm going to come in with my medium near that. And it's going to be really critical that you don't wipe out that white. Tam Tam, good night. Take care. Okay. Medium blue. All right, let me pull out. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see here. Elizabeth, yes. I did the white by leaving the paper white. That's exactly right. Okay, back over to the right. We've got that dark blue. Paul, hello. Polly, how are you? This is my light color now. I'm going through doing my blending. So Polly, what's been going on with you? Okay, now I'm going to come back with my Payne's Gray. And these areas that I did in my darkest blue, we're going to go ahead and add that little bit of kicker of the Payne's Gray around the edges. And what a difference that little addition makes. Paul, what have you been doing with yourself? The last time we talked, you were going on a small vacation. You've been going to the doctors a lot. He thinks I have a little bit of dementia, and of course I still need to keep drinking water instead of my favorite juice. Why did your doctor think that you have a little bit of dementia? What does that mean? All right, look how rich now this is becoming. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm going to mute you for a second. A friend of yours told him that I keep forgetting the littlest things. Hold on a second, guys. Well, I don't know if you take vitamins, but for example, I take Centrum Silver Women's 50 Plus. And I drink tons of water. Okay, continued Payne's Gray. Polly, are you taking vitamins now? Okay, check out the Payne's Gray around the edges of my blue. And notice that by adding, oh, you don't take vitamins at all? Paul, how old are you? Yeah, Maggie, you take one a day, 65 plus. You're 58, Paul. Okay. Paul, you've got to help your body and take those vitamins. The foods that we buy are not really nutritious. And your forgetfulness may be because you don't have the nutrients that you need. Okay. Let me pull out. We are so close to finishing this. What do you guys think so far? Now I've got to get in between here my ocean spray. And in particular, now we need to do this area that's right next to the sleeve. So now I'm going to come through, and this is my medium blue. Well, Paul, it sounds like to me that you are not getting the nutrients that you need, and that could be leading to your forgetfulness. And you absolutely, at your age, should be taking vitamins. Just saying. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my skin tone pencil, and I'm going to blend this up a little more. There's where we are so far. Paul, I want to show you something that I look up for you on Google. So I put in the question, can the lack of vitamins cause memory deficiency? And it says certain vitamin deficiencies can lead to memory loss. So for example, B12, vitamin D, thiamine, niacin. This is all standard stuff that comes in vitamins. It sounds to me like you have an easy fix. You can also go to a GNC store and get the Mega Men, MEGA, Mega Men vitamin. So it also says vitamin B12 deficiency is strongly linked to memory problems and cognitive impairment, while other B vitamins and vitamin D can also affect memory. B12 deficiency is particularly well documented in causing neurological issues. So I'm assuming that you don't take vitamins at all. Is that correct? Okay. Paper towel. We're going to blend this at the bottom. This Centrum stuff that I'm taking, if you look at the list on here, for example, this is the percent that you get. This has B12 in it, quite a bit of it actually. Zinc important. What I would suggest to you, Paul, and then I'll drop the subject, get yourself, I wouldn't get a vitamin pack. What I would get is something like Centrum. Centrum, I believe they make it for men. And this is 1 tablet daily with food. And it gets you everything that you need. It's so ridiculously easy to get help for you. You're starving your body. Okay, enough of that. Paper towel. I'm going to blend this up. Paul, honestly, and I say this with love to you, you're nuts not to be taking a vitamin supplement at your age. All right. Now, one more touch up on this, and then I'll call it done. And then we can get to our apple. I'm going to come in with a white pencil. Oh, let me get here. There we go. There's my Prismacolor. And I'm going to come through and I'm just going to put a little more white on these areas of the sleeve. And the reason that I'm doing that is because as I've been moving my paper towel over this thing, it's been mushing that brightness in. So, Polly, one more quick question. Oh, Elizabeth, good night. You are welcome for everything. So just one more quick question, Polly. How come you don't take vitamins? And is this something that you've been doing all of your life that you just don't take them? Oh man, guys, look at this now. All right, check out how this brightens this up just a little bit. Now, don't get streaky with your white. This is just one final little touch that I'm putting on in this entire piece. Now, keep in mind that the Oh, you just never thought about it until today. I did take them when I was younger, 30s through 40s. Oh, okay. Well, as you get older, that's where your critical thing comes in. All right, let me go back up to my little ruffle here at the top. I was up there earlier, but I just want to add a little more white. Guys, I'm declaring this done. What do you think? And you learned how to color a blouse to make it look like it's water soaked. I think we're in pretty good shape with this. Now, you know that I have taken to naming our colorings, and I absolutely love Paul's idea about calling this one Rose. That, of course, is from the movie Titanic. I actually was thinking about the name Julia for Julia Roberts, but I think Rose is absolutely appropriate. Alrighty. You're going to hear some clacking. I'm going to put my Fix Stiff on this puppy. Oh yeah, that older version of A Night to Remember, absolutely. Oh, the Titanic? Yeah. Okay, give me a second while I spray this. I need to let this dry for a second. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on to my next image while this dries, and then we'll go back and I'll label this. Now, I want you to notice that the fixed TIFF tends to make the colors a little brighter. Now, just for giggles and laughs, I printed out the coloring guide to this. And I will show you this image side by side. There you go. I'm going to move mine to the right to get it away from the light because it was shiny. So what do you think? I opted to make my red hair a little bit duller. I mean, it's still a shocking red. But I didn't want it to be as bright as this. And as you can also see, I opted to leave off the blue that was here on the sleeve. I didn't think that it fit the narrative. So I think that we came up with a really neat looking picture. And this image is in the coloring guide. Any questions or comments on how I did this image? You guys are perfectly capable of doing something like this. It's not hard. Okay. Got to make sure I rip up the right one. Could you imagine me accidentally ripping up the one that I colored for you? Yeah, Julie, the coloring guides come off the images that I work with. Okay, let's get this thing labeled. We're going to call this one Rose. Let me put my mark on it. I am very happy with the way this turned out. And I hope you learned something. Again, perfectly doable. All right, next image. This is from Elegant Crystal Figurines. It also happens to be the cover image that Maggie did. You want your yellow, you want a red, a darker red, and a little bit of a brown. Now, we've had a lot of new people come into the group since I last showed you guys this. But I want you to take a screenshot of this instruction page I'm about to show you. And this is from Adorable Animals by Jane Madej. She encourages people to copy this and share it. Thank you, Jane. Step number 1 is your grayscale image. Step number 2 is adding your yellow with some white areas. Step number 3 is adding your first layer of red. Step number 4 is you're adding a dark red for that depth dimension detail. And step number 5, which is what I recommend, is adding brown, a medium brown on top of the reds. Oh, excuse me. Krylon spray is making me sneeze. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on each step. I want you to take a screenshot of each one. Let me change my lighting a little bit. Step number 2 is to add your layer of yellow. Step number 3 is add your layer of red. You can see the yellow up here at the top. Step number 4 is your second layer of red, darker. And then step number 5, which I added, is to add brown, medium, on top of the reds. Okay. Let's start this puppy up. It's going to be beautiful. And my apologies, I need to use a tissue again. That Krylon's making me sneeze. Hold on. Okay. So let's get our yellow pencil to start. You don't need a super bright yellow. You need a robust yellow, but not super bright. Now let's go ahead and start our yellow. Now, don't take your yellow too far down into the crystal on the left. And don't take it too far over to the side here up at the top. Right now, we are not coloring the crystal. We are, I'm sorry, the crystal. We're coloring the apple. Excuse me. Now, this is a very minimalistic coloring, and you'll see why in a little bit. And notice that I'm coloring on either side of the sparkle, although I did hit it wrong here. Now, depending on how vibrant you want your apple, you don't necessarily have to color all of the gray with your yellow. But for this instance, I am coloring it because I want you to see the effect of the yellow underneath the red and not just next to it. Now, keep in mind where we're going with this picture is that this is a partially crystal and partially realistic or real apple. Let's keep that edge open, which is the crystal part. See right here? Dusty, are you here tonight? And we haven't seen Bonnie for a while. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Okay. Julie, you're going to color this tomorrow. In Procreate, of course. Okay. Medium red. Now, your reds can be real tricky. One constant battle for me is always finding a true red. So you want to find two reds that don't look pinkish. Okay, the reds I'm going to use here's my lighter red of the two, and it's actually it's burnt ochre. It happens to be a Star Joy number 104, 104S. Excuse me. And then I have a darker red. That'll be towards the bottom of my apple. My Linda, so glad to see you. Thumb number 15. All right. Let's start our lighter red. And look how cool that lighter red is already looking against our yellow. Then I'm going to come in with my darker red. And that's more towards the bottom of our stem. So our darker red, and now our lighter red. Okay, let me keep going on this side here. Excuse me for being off camera. My Linda. Excuse me. Oh man. This is from Elegant Crystal Figurines Jubilee. It's a new book. I did the walkthrough on it earlier in the video, in the program, in the broadcast. And I really would suggest that you take a look at it. It's a pretty cool book. Julie, Janie, I have no idea what the second red is because this is my pencil. Teeny tiny stub. Okay, now, when you get to the far right, be careful because you actually have a crystal V right here. So that red only goes so far because that's crystal right there. Now I'm still using my lighter red. Let me pull out so you can see how this is starting to look. Now down here is going to be my darker red, but I'm choosing to start off that area with my lighter red. And what I want you to notice is because I'm not shoving my pencils into the paper, by coming in very lightly with my lighter red, that color, the yellow color underneath is peeking through. That's why I keep telling you, quit shoving your pencils into the paper. Okay, still using my lightest red. Look how beautifully that's popping up as a natural apple. Now notice, hopefully I'm close enough that you can see this. Notice we've got a few yellow streaks right here. I'm not coloring those in. All right. Now let me pull out. Remember, nothing is blended here. Paper towel. we'll start to smooth this out. And don't forget to move around the paper towel as the little nubbies of the material fill in with your wax colored pencil. All right, let's look at that overall so far. Isn't that cool? Dark red. Back up to that top now. Now we're going to start to detail in our shading and our shadowing. Polly, you still with us? Okay. Thank you, Julie. So, Polly, what do you think of our apple? Okay, I'm going to start on the right-hand side here with my darker red. And this is where you want to be careful with your darker red because you don't want to wipe out that yellow that we have. So we have yellow, red, and red. Now, technically speaking, this darker red, if you look at the guide that I showed you earlier from Jane Madej, is at the bottom of the apple near the core. The bottom of the core. But we don't have access to the bottom of the apple because we've got that crystal on it. So I'm treating the bottom of this as the bottom of the apple. Hi, Kathy. Kathy and my Linda, let me show you our red-haired woman that we finished. We're calling her done. And per Paul's suggestion, we're calling her Rose. And that reference, of course, is the Titanic. So this is for Kathy and my Linda. Now I need to color a Jack. Oh, that's a good one. Hadn't thought of that. Okay. So I'm coming in with my darkest red. And remember, you want to color it in such a way that you don't completely obliterate your previous red. If you need a reference picture, go to Google. And I highly recommend that you do that when you're coloring stuff. Okay, I'm going to go back to my first red. Finger blend that. Now, don't get streaky with your darker red. I'm back with my darker red here because I've got it's got streaks in it. That's why I'm finger blending it. All right, zip out the red I accidentally got up at the top. Now, this is where finger blending is really going to be your friend, because it pulls that red over that skin of that apple and it really makes it look natural. Guys, do not discount finger blending. Your fingers are warm, got a great texture. Works out beautifully. Okay, what's my next color? Brown. Medium. Let me pull out. So now we're going to work on that center core. And we're going to put in a little bit of our brown. And notice that that brown is extended towards the outside. Blend that a little bit. Now, don't get stupid with your brown. I put brown over here. Gonna skip pretty much that center section and come over on this side. See this little streak here that I'm highlighting in brown? What a difference that little touch makes. Okay, right hand side. brown near the edges. Now, the neat thing is here, you don't see the brown, but you see the effect. In other words, when somebody looks at this picture and sees this, they, they see a terrific looking apple. They don't necessarily see each individual color, in this case, the brown. Okay, let's carry that brown to this segment here. Not going to add too much there. Then I'm going to come over this area. A little bit of our brown, mostly on our darker red color. And I'm just going to streak that in a little bit over here on the left-hand side. Okay, let's pull out again. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm just touching up with my red a little bit. All right, now I want to put little speckles of brown on the skin of that apple. Oh, Elizabeth, you got your Fairies Jubilee book. Yay! Oh, now I've got a little area down here. Light red. And again, notice that I'm allowing that red to streak a little bit on that yellow. It's not a solid red. Okay. Elizabeth, enjoy your book. Now, I'm going to take my brown and I'm going to put some little spots on here. Now, don't get stupid with your spots. I'm just putting some flaws into that skin, apple skin. Oh, Elizabeth, my gosh, thank you so much. Rarely do I find a book. I love every image, but you did it. Thank you so much. What a kind thing to say. Elizabeth, give everybody the full title in your text. I've got several fairy books, and I just want to make sure everybody knows which one it is. Okay, STEM. I am really touched. What a nice thing to say, Elizabeth. Where the Fairies Hide Jubilee is the book. Yeah, Elizabeth, that book, I can tell when I'm putting one together, when everything just really comes together, and it did on that one. All right, dark red on our stem. Elizabeth, tell your friends. Tell your friends about the group. All right. Here's our brown. Now, if you look closely at this stem, it's really meant to be a reflective stem, kind of like a metallic. But I'm electing to do it as a standard apple stem. And that's why I'm going to do a hint of green on this. Not much. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, let me pull out. I basically got the top of this puppy done. What do you think? Makes me hungry for an apple. Any question how cool this apple looks? Elizabeth, aren't you glad you found our group? Now, guys, don't forget, I made an announcement earlier, and I'll do it in the group, that when you buy one PDF from me, you get the second one free. Don't blow off the sale. Okay, I think we're at a good stopping point. Now, one thing I want to emphasize too is when you look at my coloring guides, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to follow it verbatim. If you want to change something up a little bit to your taste, no pun intended on the apple, have at it. Okay, so tonight we took a crack at the apple here. I'm going to work on the crystal portion below it. And this will turn into a beautiful, beautiful piece. Then earlier we finished our lady in red. This is from my book, Riot of Red Jubilee. We called her Rose, Paul suggested. Obvious reference is, of course, the Titanic. This piece turned out beautifully, guys. And again, what do I always say? Read my lips. Not hard. Yeah, Janie, you can check in with me tomorrow. The sale basically ends is through Sunday. So if you're interested, be sure to get to me before Sunday. Okay, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. Right, Paul? Worked on 2 images tonight, our crystal apple, and we finished up our red-haired beauty. All right, guys, have a great rest of the evening. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Please hit that like button. Oh, I have to keep asking. When you hit that like button, guys, it invites other people into the group through YouTube. All right, guys, take care. Love ya. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. And I hope you enjoyed starting up on this crystal apple. It's a beauty, I think. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.